What's up? It's your boy Jiggity G. You know how we do. But listen up, listen up. Now, this is the thing, man. I had plans to do this video about an hour ago, but then I started playing Astrobot, my little one, the new one that just came out. And then I kind of lost like certain examples that I want to use, but they might pop to mind as we go because the examples I have to use when I talk about races, there are things that never come to mind to even think of saying because I know it will make me look dumb in the real world. And I do want to say, people, I want to say, like, it blows my mind. Like, it's interesting to know what it's like to be as dumb as a lot of people I've seen on social media or, Trump supporters and all that. It's interesting to, want to be that dumb because there's certain examples that shows, and I could bring it up right now to show that it's like they want to be that dumb. They want to be that ignorant. But, I do want to make sure it's clear. I talked about this before, and I talk about this when I used to get, like, the responses from people. People can tell when you are a racist. I wanted to do a video. I already brought that up before, but I want to do a video about something else, too, before. But I want to make it clear. People can tell when you are racist. Sometimes I can, somebody will give me a very response back. It says, well, how can you tell I'm a racist? I never said the N-word and all this blah, blah, blah. People, it's not that exposes you. You don't have to say some outright racist for someone to know when you are racist. It's because maybe I want to say this. I'm thinking, for like normal people can see this. But I'm thinking that maybe not everyone can see because they're so dumb and their mind is focused on so many other things and not like the bigger picture and stuff, whatever. I feel like explaining what all that means. But there's like, when people give me their responses or, usually I get these comments and I say, I'm just seeing a bunch of single dudes. And I said, there are people that I don't have to know that you're single. I don't know what you call it, the vibe or something, but there's certain people you can know they're single because there's a better word, but I don't know what that word is. But there will be no attraction to them from females because it's the main example is that they shouldn't have kids. It's just like that they can't take care of kids. It's just like they give off that vibe that this is the wrong kind of person to have a kid with. They could have a kid, but they have to go to the bottom of the bucket to get with the nastiest ass, ugliest girls. But, that are not there, desperate. But there's certain people, like people who gave me very responses. I knew that they were single. There was something wrong with them. But it was the main fact is I knew they're very aware that this person should never have kids. Not the fact that they're living their parents, talk about killing themselves or talk about the ass and coke they used to do and thinking it's a cool thing or something like that. No, it's just really like awareness. Like you can within seconds, you can look at someone and be like, this person should not have kids. What I'm seeing is what I see on social media. I'm just want you to understand. You're exposing. It's easy. Like it's like that kind of like exposure. If you get what I'm getting at. So and I get that from a lot of people that do YouTube videos, just not even big YouTubers. I was like, this person should never have kids. That's why I know that they're single. And. So I want to do a video about Jeremy weeks ago, or actually a few days ago when I saw when I saw a little bit of his review for a movie that I was planning on seeing. That's why I was just bored, so I decided to go ahead and I might still see it, but it was called Don't Speak, Speak No Evil, Speak No Evil. And the thing is, I wanted to do a video, like talk about first, before I get into the racist part, is, how I got me to get to here, is about, it's kind of like my review for Blink Twice, where I saw that Shin talk about, the racist Shin talk about guy, where he was trying to say the ending didn't come together, or didn't make any sense to the story or something. And without seeing the movie, I knew he was lying. I still have not seen Speak No Evil, and I don't know if I care to see it or not. I think I'm not going to see it, to be honest with you. But I felt like I've seen this person before, you know, and I kind of explained that for my Blink Twice about something bias feels like is going on here, like from typical biased YouTubers. So you'll say this movie's a mess, man, or the acting's bad, the CGI's bad, the feminist, you know, they say these things and they don't explain anything. And one of the typical things that I've seen that I'm expecting from Jeremy is he's one of those idiots that sees a trailer, right? And he knows it's a horror movie, and he's expecting the characters in the movie to know that it's a horror movie too. So he's always thinking every time they do something and let things slide, they're making the dumbest decision. And I was thinking about that is a really bad movie reviewer, and because there's a lot of like examples that show that Germany is that way, and that is a mind of a racist that are so judgmental they don't see how dumb they are. And I talk about that in the Eagle Eye or something like that for that Star Wars TV show where for episode 3 he was like, I don't understand why this guy's who's at this bar asking the girl, did you give him the poison? Why is he talking so evil? I said that video so well. I was like, he's clearly a bad guy is why he's saying that. So when he got to the next episode, when more information came in, like I explained in that video, he's like, see, I knew it the whole time because he was asking about the poison. I was like, no, you didn't, dude. You were acting like you were confused why he's asking that. He's that dumb. So he's probably looking at that movie as like, man, come on. You should know not to go down there. There's a monster with a whole bunch of things that I saw from the trailer. You're going by what you know because you know it's a horror movie. But that's a mistake that movie reviewers make when they see a horror movie. They keep thinking characters are dumb. The characters in the movie don't know that they're in a horror movie. You're supposed to just see it with an open mind. He doesn't have an open mind, but he does have a racist mind. So let's get into it. So like I said about exposing yourself as being a racist. Jeremy has exposed himself so many times of being a racist, so many times, and I talk about it. And let me go over like one of the things that I brought up before it happened. I said years ago, the racists who do their hate videos about politics, they're starting to talk about movies now. And then it's like really bizarre things that they say that doesn't make any sense. It's like really bizarre things. But they're talking about movies. But I said, people who are naturally just doing movie reviews, I doubt they'll ever go around talking about some woke and feminist and all that. It just won't even, it just seems like just out of character. Germany was the first. Even though there's someone else that I guess I never actually really watched them because they were just so fake. Tyrone or Tyrese, whatever he's a black guy that says woke, woke, woke. I don't watch his channel. I never have. But I'm aware of him. When he started doing Captain Marvel's review, he started calling a feminist movie and Wonder Woman a feminist movie. And then I just see certain things when hate channels are mad at Terminator Dark Fate or X-Men Dark Phoenix. He's using F-bombs trying to express how angry it's making them feel. And people are enjoying themselves, to my understanding, in the real world. I don't concentrate what social media is saying. So I saw this thing, so German was the first, and then later I noticed about these things about the black guy Tyrone or Tyrese doing that crap. So he was the first, and I say awareness of Chris and Jeremy, they won't review like Chris especially, he won't review movies that are hated by hate groups like the Marvels, the Mermaid, Blink Twice, and they review some other dumb crap that I don't know, I don't pay attention to. But I saw this thing today, and it says he's reviewing a movie called Am I a Racist or something like that. And it's a trailer I've never seen, and this is what I tell people. I tell people when they ask me about a movie, I say, people, if I never heard of this movie or never seen a movie, or I've never seen the trailer, the movie's gonna suck. It has always been my rule, and it always has been true. If I have never heard of the trailer or see or know anything about it, it's going to suck. And so I have not seen it, don't care to see it, but I clicked this thing. I just saw he's reviewing a movie that's titled Am I Racist or something. And I only clicked it because I was like, is he gonna like come out and talk about how he sees himself in a way like, because I thought it was gonna be like a documentary of showing, how you might not know like certain things about yourself if you, feel this way, these certain areas where you're like, oh, that is kind of me sometimes. So I figure that maybe is what he's going to say. So very early on in the video, he talks about how the so something told me, well, wait, this is actually what I would expect from Jeremy. He's giving a wink to, you know, the people of hate groups. That's what Chris does, to not review certain movies, and like, wink, I'm on your side, you know, whoa, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. He said, yeah, and he went to this Democrat thing, and then I don't remember what exactly like sentence after that, but it's like, okay, I never heard anything about it, and so I'm pretty sure whatever he did, it wasn't even rememberable, whoever, you know. So I was like, but something felt weird about that, you know. It's like, normally you get more funny reaction going to a Trump rally, not a Democrat thing, you know. So, but whatever. So I just thought, like, that's not, because Trump, I'm tired of them using him for Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, and all that, but he's comedy gold. They're eating our dogs and cats. That's comedy gold. You know, you're always going to get something to mock something. A Democrat rally, you know, they just don't see how you can get anything funny out of it. But what exposed him is the number one thing that racists do not know. They get into things, they get into sentences that they say that don't know. This is not how normal people talk. And he was like, how do people not know it's him? I was like, I'm so shocked. Like, no, we know it was him. He was actually talking like he is shocked that people didn't know it was this guy with a whatever hair on, whatever, pretending like he's someone else or something. And I'm like, after his video, I did some research. I had no clue who the hell this guy is. I put in that guy's name, whoever the guy plays him, and I felt like he felt familiar, and I've never seen his video, and it was like one of those things like, I'm aware of hate channels, like I can like, you know, go through, look for reviews for movies and know not to click people, but majority of the time I've never clicked them before. I'm aware of them. So he was a person that must be, I'm aware, it's like, isn't he a hate channel? That was all I got. I've never heard his voice. I've never listened to him. So I was like, I'm like, okay, so this is definitely, cause I'm checking on this. I'm like, because this definitely clears like a wink to the hate groups. It says, hey, I'm, you know. And one thing I did see is interesting is no one was actually reviewing this movie. And I was also in my mind is, so you decide to dodge Don't Blink, or Blink Twice, whatever. No, Don't Blink. Keep thinking of Don't Blink. Because I keep thinking of Don't Breathe, if you don't know. The movie called Don't Breathe, which is a dumb movie that was praised through social media. And I was thinking, and, you know, but I was more thinking, and this is what you decide to go see. Yeah, it's pretty rare. Not just that, there's other things that Jeremy has, like I explained in the video, has exposed himself. But the thing is, you make sure it's clear what I'm trying to get into, because I don't know if I'm jumping the gun, because I'm trying to tell a story, but I don't want to jump the gun. But I'm just going to go ahead and the spoiler, say what I'm getting to is, he's not a guy that he's a guy that no one in the real world would know who this person is. I would literally, you know, have no clue if I ran into him in person. I wouldn't have no clue who he is, think nothing of him. He's not a celebrity the way he was like, oh my gosh, how do people not know it's him? That means you watch this person a lot. That's how you are shocked, because you're thinking, everyone, that's why I said how racists expose themselves. They're thinking, oh, everyone watches this person. I mean, I watch him. I mean, who doesn't? I'm like, I don't care if a guy gets millions of views. A lot of these YouTubers, no one knows who they are. Even if they make millions of views every day. No one I would know in the real world would know who they are. You watch them. It's the only way you could be shocked that people do not know who this person is. So anyways, I don't know if I do this now. I might do this at the end. I don't even have this ready because it just popped in my head. I had this idea is actually play the actual trailer. It explains something too about, you know, where it's just like, it's not a movie for a normal person, and it's why no one's talking about this movie. It's just like it was him and his small YouTubers that I've never really seen before. I like, you know, it's just like, but he decided to review it over Blink Twice, you know. But the main point is just being shocked that people don't know it's him. You have to be in hate channels. You have to be in their channel to know it's this person. And from what I saw, he's not an important person. I've never heard him be talked about Stephen Colbert, anything. I've never heard and seen anything about this guy unless it was some YouTube thing that I just knew not to click because he was a hate channel. That is what I understand, because I've never seen this guy before and I don't care to, you know. But so that is the main thing, is being shocked that people don't know it's him. It means you're really into this person. So next thing is, so I, after seeing the trailer, and I decided, let me do some research. I'm just curious. This seems like some hate channel, because he said a line that only racists think that people talk about, but not really. But, you know, and I'll get into that, where how he's able to maybe find people to say these things, these certain words. But it's just like, you have to really do research and look for these kind of people, which normal people, my water, anyone nearby, you don't see these kind of people anywhere. So I did a little research, and I found the guy called Your Movie Sucks, and I talked about him being a racist. And I don't know if it's his channel or someone, you know, put it on their channel, but it was a guy who called Your Movie Sucks. He was talking about the problems with the Little Mermaid, live trailer. And the thing is, the one thing that gives you away, and I'm going over things that expose you, is every 5 seconds you pause it to complain about a trailer that you don't really care about any other trailer, but some reason this specific trailer you decided to do a trailer reaction to, and you pause it every 5 seconds to mock it, which just means you're going to be talking out of your ass. That's what I'm talking about. People gave me 3-hour video responses, and they'll pause it on a certain clip, and they'll be like, see, and this and that and that and that. And I'm like, what is this person talking about? You know, so, and then on that same video, he starts doing a reaction to that guy who's in that movie, I guess, you know, did his own thing where he goes to people and something called Why Am I Racist or something, and he had it like him talking a fast forward tone or something like that. I don't know. And so I saw it, it was too annoying, so I actually look up the guy, and I put Little Mermaid, and then he was just like, yeah, man, the movie's finally out, everyone's saying it sucks. And to have that kind of mindset, like everyone's saying it's like people enjoy the Little Mermaid from in the real world. So I don't go by that, but it's just to have that, like, you were just like, you know, I talk about that P guy. He's only talking about Will Smith's wife because she has a book coming out. You don't talk about it any other time. You're hoping that her life fails. You want her to fail in something because you're so much of a screw up yourself. Normal people don't really care for someone's life to fail. They don't want if someone's ignorant. They just want them to stay away from them. You know, that's just it. That's a normal person. They're not wanting people's lives to fail. That's more of a racist. While they're talking about the Jeffs and Einstein, they keep wanting to be someone that they see to be a liberal or a Democrat, like Jimmy Fallon, or I guess Harry and Meghan are supposed to be hated. So it's like, Harry was in P. Diddy's thing. And I'm like, guys, the only person that's in that guy who hung himself thing is Trump. He's in videos, he's in pictures, and this thing says I got 4 minutes to go. But, you know, and they're just like plain dumb. But anyways, so, yeah, and so it was something like, yeah, I don't need to see shit to know it's shit, you know, whatever the hell he was saying, that guy about the Little Mermaid. And, you know, and I just saw, like, as I was scamming through before, I saw him with I'm sorry, what's his name? Joe Rogan, and the typical thing that people hate go-tos, conspiracy kind of people. But, you know, but the thing is that's really about it. It was just like, he was a guy that Jeremy was shocked that people don't know it's him. I'm like, you know, and the thing is, I guess I'll try to get into it at the part I was talking about, like examples that I had time for. There's certain things that hate channels tries to film. A black guy says, man, I'm not going to vote for Camera because he's black. No one's saying that. No one's saying that. Or because people think I should vote for her because she's black. No one's saying that. But I forgot there was more things that they say, but I just don't remember about, like, just all kinds of different scenarios. But I guess I don't have time to, you know, because I didn't delete enough memory. Now it says I got 3 minutes. But I'll say for the movie, why I have no interest in it is because I guess there was a table. He was at a group table, and there was an Indian person talking about white people. The chances of ever seeing that is never. I've never seen that. You know, and the thing is, you have to do research to find groups like that where they have meetings like that. But the thing is, normal people don't put that research in. You know, it's just like, I had examples like, I'm not going to put the research to sit at a table where they talk about black people, unless, you know, I get it's supposed to be in a way a comedy. But the thing is, I think he's trying to prove a point that white people think white people are racist, but the things that you use, you have to put research to find, you know, extremist people like this. It's not like I've never, you know, been to a table they talk about whites like that. I've never been to a table they talk about blacks or Asians or none of that. No, you know, one more thing. The thing is, I want to get into how Bruno succeeded. Bruno, to my understanding, it succeeded as in money wise. And this movie could succeed too because hate channels would do the same thing they did for that one movie about pedophiles. They're trying to say lizards and some shit for QAnon kind of people. But Bruno succeeded because these are people that we see every day, that we know what upsets them. We know what upsets, you know, people at a WWE thing, or like what you should not do, and a UFC, or the guys with the camouflage with the guns. You know what you can't say to them. That is something funny. What he was showing is like, is this acting? You kind of like wonder, like, are these actors? Because the chances of running into this is you got to find a way, do research to really put yourself around that. You're not going to find that. Is why it's just not a talked about movie, same as the trailer. It's just like you have to look for racism. I'm pretty sure you look for racism, you can find it. But I want to use other examples, but I don't have time. But about, you know, just examples that show that you're an F up, you know. It's just things that normal people just don't do, as in those kind of research. They don't do that. You know, I'll try to get one out. Like, I remember people getting video sponsors. They were like saying, hey, we got to find out information about him. Hey, try to Google, try to do this. We got to find out whatever we can about this guy. A normal person doesn't think that way, but people who think about killing themselves do. Me, the last time I tried to Google someone to find out something about them, it was one time, it was probably about 2 years ago, a girl that I had a relationship with that I started one time just thinking about, I wonder who life end up better. So I looked up and see, you know, a house she lives in compared to mine. It was a house that I didn't care for, and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I just like, oh, and I even told her, I was like, hey, you know, but I just like, it was just like, I don't believe I never thought about that, because it was a girl that I would have married if it worked out, but I ended up being with my girl, you know, when I ran to my girl like a year later. But anyways, I told that story years ago, but I finally, like, if you knew that girl was, you know, I found it's like, I started thinking about whose life ended up better, you know, just kind of, and then that's how I decided, but not of like anything else. But someone that's not there will constantly always think those kind of things. But anyways, I don't feel like getting on that. But there's certain things I wanted to use as examples of sentences that people don't say, and it will really expose you. Like, because no one says like, I'm not gonna vote Cameron because she's black. It's like, who says that? No one says that. You're going by things you see in social media. But I have so many examples, but I gotta go. But the main point is, this guy's like, I'm so shocked people couldn't tell it's him. Who's he? I still don't really even know what the guy looks like. I don't.